Okay, so last time I think that's a bit too loud. So last time my audio did not work for my recordings, but now I'm gonna try that again. So this is the main file that I'm gonna call him Jarvis for now, just for simplicity, that Jarvis runs off of. First we have speech recognition, then we ignore warnings because we don't want any warnings to pop up while it's running. Here is mainly what's running, is just while true. I think I'm going to change that to while name equals main or whatever the function is. I create a string variable. I try I equals rest, which rest, the function is just constantly listening. I should probably change that name. And then if it doesn't catch anything, it'll just pass and then return through the loop. If this rest function returns something and I actually has value and it is not empty, it will do check, which is basically run all these if statements to try to distinguish what the person is saying. And then here, I know you guys noticed instead of print it says say here, so say hello, say Chuck Norris dot fact, and these are all linking to other files I have that just call to APIs. This one's news API, weather, all that. But basically I'm going to take what that will print and convert it to an MP3 file, play the MP3 file, and delete the MP3 file. It does it quite fast, so I think this is going to work for now. I wanted to find out a way where I don't have to create a file every time, but I guess I'm going to have to deal with that. I don't need this function anymore. I was trying to have it run multiple times, like at the same time, so to explain, I wanted it to run in this rest function to run in parallel, 2 at a time, or maybe 3, so that I could say stop while Jarvis is working. For now, I can't figure out a way to do that, but I'll figure it out eventually. So now a little demo for you guys. It says ready, and then this is when it's beginning to listen. I'm gonna let this play through. See, it's not 100% accurate, but it tells me the confidence. This speech recognition library tells me the confidence, so that really helps with guesstimating what I say. But here, let's show it out. Show it off. Hello.
Hello.
You saw that file pop up there? That's the file that's reading off of. And then I could say, what's the weather?
The weather calls for overcast clouds 1 degree Celsius, feels like 6.
Okay. Tell me a Chuck Norris fact.
Chuck Norris can believe it's not butter.
Damn. Okay, what time is it?
15:05.
What's the news? What's the news?
BC researchers generating COVID-19 breath test that could give results in 1 minute. Oak Bay News. Oak Bay News. Google to cut App Store fees on developers' first $1 MLN in sales by half. Financial Post.
Okay, and then I just have a whole lot of ways to tell it to stop. So I say, where is the stop function? Quit, exit, shut down, stop. Those are all ways to stop it. I don't have that much yet, but I'm planning to. I could change these all to ifs if I want, but I'm gonna keep them as else ifs, just so it only runs one of them at a time. If I have them all as ifs, it's gonna. If I say hello, what's the weather? Quit. It's gonna run that all, and not necessarily in that order. It'll be the order that I listed them, which is a problem. I might have to change the order or make it go by the order of how you say it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Let it only do one thing at a time. I think that's what most programs of this kind do, like Siri and Google Home and Alexa, so I'm going to leave that. I have a couple of extra functions to fill, so I'm going to do that, and I'll check back in with you guys later.
Monkey.
The weather calls for few clouds, 23 degrees Celsius, feels like 25.
Weather in Florida.
The weather calls for clear sky, 22 degrees Celsius, feels like 23.
Weather in none of it.
The weather calls for clear sky, minus 29 degrees Celsius, feels like 37.
Monkey.
Okay, I did a couple updates. Now I could find the time and the not the news yet, sorry, and the weather in any place I like. Yeah, I'll show you guys an example. Time in Toronto.
14:48.
Time in Berlin.
19:48.
Weather in Berlin.
The weather calls for broken clouds, 4 degrees Celsius, feels like 0.
Weather in Nova Scotia.
The weather calls for overcast clouds, 4 degrees Celsius, feels like 0.
Great. Exit. So that's all I did so far. It wasn't too hard. First I had, in both instances, I had something calling for, oh, it did not shut down. The second, shut down.
Monkey.
Guess I had to give it a minute. Okay, I had pose, which is int value, finding where in is in this sentence, and then I added 3 because it gave me this where the I is, and I want the I, N, and the space after it to be discluded. So then that's how you find the country. If you add something after that, usually it does not work. So if you say what's the time in Toronto, then you say something after, it will not work. Anyways, I give that, I don't know why I did this here. Let me me fix that. I'll give it the value city name. No, I do not want to purchase it. Give it the value city name, and then that will run through my weather API. This other one just uses geolocator to find out my IP, and then my latitude and longitude, and then it gives me a bunch of data back, and then I just want to parse through it and find where the city is. That's all that matters to me, and then I return the city. That's all this function is get location. Anyways, I did the same thing in the time right here. So finds position of the words. I gotta change my variables sometime, so it's easier to read once this gets big. Then I find the city by basically looking at everything after in. Then I use this time zone library to find what time zone the city is in. Assign that the variable.
donkey.
And finally, it kind of works. Took me a while, and the simplest solution was the solution, if that makes sense. I just had to change my path variable, and I forgot where I set my path, and so it was just web drivers, a very findable folder. But now I could go. Oh, that's not the right file. Google Cats. And hopefully it does the thing. Yeah, I did it. Oh, okay. I did not expect that. I expected kittens like that. Perfect. Look how cute. Maybe one day I'll show you guys my cats. I could probably also set it to Chrome. Let me try that. Shut down. Shut down. I just do not know if it uses a capital C or a lowercase. I find that I think it's capital. Google, hello. Google Cats. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's a capital C. Let's try that again. The first time she just heard hello, so clearly she's not the best. Google dogs. Perfect. Shut down. Of course, Chrome isn't the best, but it's what I commonly use out of my own stupidity, probably, for how insecure it is, but it's whatever. It makes it easier. I had to reinstall Atom. I think I would have told you guys, but I don't know, so let's just get that off the desktop. Makes it look kind of ugly. I hope I didn't completely delete it. There it is. Pitch test for 34. And where did I have it? I think I had it here or here. I'm gonna find out when I start clicking the wrong spot. I click without even thinking. So that's this update.